It was as if all of Hollywood had been transported into the apocalypse. Before the face of death, those picture-perfect celebrities would shove a teammate into a zombie's jaws or eliminate a rival without a second thought. Humanity's true nature was on full display. As for me, the most notorious actress in the industry, I was busy setting traps, saving teammates, finding supplies, and taking out zombies with a single punch. Suddenly, the live comments flooding the screen were all for me. OMG. Sienna is so damn reliable. If I can't marry Sienna Vance, my looks, my body, my wonderful qualities, and even my soul will all be ruined. Only later did I learn this wasn't some other dimension. It was a live-streamed fight to the death, bankrolled by a mega-rich investor. I was a B-list actress, despised by the whole industry, invited to a yacht party. Who knew the ship would hit a reef? Overnight, every recognizable celebrity in Hollywood sank to the bottom of the sea, only to wash up on a deserted island in another world. The moment I opened my eyes, I heard a voice. Sienna, you're finally awake. The girl talking to me was Chloe, an up-and-coming starlet who debuted 2 years ago. She had a cute canine tooth when she smiled. I owed some of my terrible reputation to her. At a cast dinner last year, a director's son was filming her on his phone. I caught him and beat him up. A paparazzo snapped a photo of the aftermath. And the next day, the hashtag Sienna Vance abuses assistant was trending. I was ripped to shreds online. Lost several endorsement deals. And half my fanbase evaporated. Is your head okay? I asked her. We were together when the yacht went down. I clearly remembered a piece of the deck falling and smashing Chloe's head, leaving her bleeding profusely. I'm fine, Chloe said, clutching my arm nervously. Isn't that weird? I remember getting hit, too. I frowned. Let's see if there are any locals on this island first. Hey. Want to team up? 4 people were walking toward us. The one in the lead was Serafina, the rival my agent had assigned me. She was the hottest it girl in the business and my sworn enemy. She'd bought bots to smear me, spread rumors, and intercepted my endorsement deals. What we didn't know at that moment was that our every move was being broadcast live, with a comment feed scrolling frantically. Fans of every celebrity were blowing up the chat, and the stream's popularity was skyrocketing. As we moved, viewership climbed, and sponsors fought over ad space, even covered in dirt. Serafina is still gorgeous. Ugh. What's the point of this world without Serafina? So annoyed to see Sienna. Why is she even on this show? If Sienna ruins the show for me, I'm giving it 1 star. I nodded. Even though Serafina and I didn't get along, in an unfamiliar environment, there was safety in numbers. We could watch each other's backs and not get lost. I'd been leaving markers along the way. Serafina, however, was busy reapplying her lipstick as she walked, slowing down until she was at the very back of the group. I pulled out a utility knife and hacked away at the branches blocking our path. The deeper we went, the stronger my sense of foreboding became. The low growls of beasts, the tearing of flesh, the sounds of chewing, it all grew closer. I stopped, holding up a hand. Be careful. Everyone. Check your surroundings for wild animals. Sienna. There's someone up ahead. Chloe shouted excitedly, waving at a figure about 160 feet to our right. Hey, want to join our group? The squatting figure was moving stiffly, its head down as it ate. Something was wrong. When it heard her voice, it stopped eating and turned its head mechanically toward the sound. Blood dripped from its mouth. The person being eaten was the actor Wu Jin. My blood ran cold. Run. Head southeast. There are buildings over there. Chloe finally saw it clearly. A sight so far beyond her comprehension that she froze, too terrified to even scream. I had no choice but to grab her by the legs, hoist her over my shoulder, and sprint toward the buildings. Serafina, at the very back of the group, was the closest to the zombie. It targeted her first. She screamed, her face a mask of terror. Help me! But it was too late. The zombie was just a foot away. She didn't want to die. Using all her strength, Serafina shoved the idol, Leo, who was helping her run, straight into the zombie's path. Instantly, screams, tearing sounds, and the metallic scent of blood filled the forest. Every one of us there felt our hearts leap into our throats. Meanwhile, in the live chat we couldn't see. The comments were wild. LOL. Leo. I was hoping to see you shine on this show. Didn't expect you to be out so early. LMAO. Leo is killing me. Leo. So pitiful. Small. And helpless. JPEG. Wait. Was that Serafina who pushed Leo? Making false accusations can get you sued. You know. False? I saw it clear as day. I even took a screenshot. Let's not jump to conclusions about Serafina. Okay? Maybe Leo tripped and she was trying to help him up. Serafina's stands are amazing at whitewashing. They can spin anything. We'll know the truth when Leo gets out. Is it just me? Or was Sienna looking hot as hell carrying that girl? Raises hands silently, and she has muscles. Hee hee. Chloe and I reached the streets of an abandoned town, where zombies roamed everywhere. Sienna. Help me. A familiar voice came from a dilapidated supermarket nearby. I went to investigate and, sure enough, it was Jason Tion. He was pinned against the checkout counter by a zombie. His face beat red. When he saw me, he gasped for help. Sienna. Quick. Give me a hand. I'm not gonna make it. I leaned against the doorframe. You want my help? Fine. You have to answer a question for me. Ask. Ask anything. The night of the Lucy's Legend rap party. Who put me in your hotel room? Because of that incident, I became a pariah. Hashtags like hashtag Sienna Vance get out of Hollywood and hashtag disgusted by Sienna Vance trended on X for 10 days straight. As soon as one died down, another took its place. I was effectively blacklisted for a year. No one dared to cast me in a series or a movie. Serafina completely took my place in the industry. It wasn't until recently that I made a comeback in a low-budget indie thriller. Jason's eyes darted away. You were drunk and wandered in yourself. I turned to leave. It was Mr. Sterling. He finally cried out. He promised me the lead role if I just took a couple of pictures of you next to me. I swear I didn't do anything else. Jason was on the verge of tears. Mr. Sterling was his producer. But I had never crossed him. Why would he target me? Chloe's eyes went wide. Sienna. He's Serafina's biggest sponsor. Chloe's right, I said. He dotes on Serafina. You were in her way. As long as you were around, she'd always be second best. I picked up a baseball bat from the floor and smashed the zombie's head in. The live chat was in an uproar. OMG. OMG. The tea is piping hot. I'm so full. Speechless. I can't believe I actually liked Jason Tion. And I had no idea Serafina was that kind of person. By the way, how is Sienna so strong? Her dad owns a martial arts gym. She was a stunt double before she started acting. You guys didn't know? After clearing out the zombies roaming the abandoned hotel, we all collapsed in the lobby, exhausted. The usually glamorous stars were now disheveled and sitting on the floor. In the face of death, true personalities emerged. With no energy left for fake personas. I can't take it anymore. A celebrity named Caleb sobbed. What are we going to do? I don't want to die. His breakdown triggered a wave of despair. Some fell silent, while others started cursing. Hopeless cries filled the air. Everyone understood the grim reality of our situation. This wasn't the world we knew. There was no food. No rescue. Nothing. To survive, we had to fight our way out of the jaws of the dead. What are you crying for? It's so annoying. Serafina snapped. Even now, with no audience. Her makeup was flawless. She was naturally stunning. And compared to the grimy faces around her, she looked like a princess among paupers. Without an audience, her sharp, arrogant personality was on full display. She stood up haughtily, pulled an apple from her bag, and ordered around Dana, the actress playing her supporting role in a new drama. Dana, find some water and wash this apple for me. Dana took the apple, looking troubled. Serafina, there are zombies outside. I'm too scared to look for water. The hotel pipes are all rusted out. Serafina arched an eyebrow, admiring her manicure. I don't eat unwashed apples. There's bottled water in the convenience store next door. It's really close. You go get it. Dana, looking terrified, actually prepared to go. Are you really going to go? I called out to her. Serafina glanced at me. Ever since I was blacklisted, she always looked at me with a hint of disdain. Thanks for the treat. I took the apple from Dana's hand and took a large bite. The juice filled my mouth, lifting my spirits considerably. Serafina was so stunned by my action that she just stood there, speechless. It wasn't until I was halfway up the stairs that she started screaming in fury behind me. The hotel elevator was broken, so I had to climb to the top floor, munching on my apple. The hotel had 6 floors, with the rooftop on the 7th. Luckily, the other buildings nearby weren't very tall, giving me a clear view of the layout and buildings within a 2-mile radius. I took out a pen, paper, and binoculars I'd scavenged from the store and started studying the town's layout. Are you drawing a map? The voice belonged to Miles Cole. He was this year's fastest rising male actor, with looks that were undeniably top tier. Even his haters had to admit he was handsome or risk sounding biased. More importantly, he was a phenomenal actor. Everyone was betting he'd be the next big award winner. I didn't know Miles well. His career took off right when I was put on ice. I tossed the map to him and started explaining. Yeah. I'm looking for places to get supplies. with the hotel as our center. There's a convenience store to the west and a small family-run grocery store across from it. About 650 feet away, there's a pharmacy. At the nearby intersection, there's a large, two-story supermarket. And next to it, a vegetable seed shop. Miles raised the binoculars, finding the locations I mentioned. Strange. What is it? He looked again. Uncertain. Those zombies. They all seem to be heading in the same direction. Hearing this, I leaned over to look. He was right. The zombies that had been wandering aimlessly on the streets were now moving as if drawn by a single magnet. Their destination was our hotel. I yelled down to the lobby. Downstairs. Barricade the main entrance. Now. Miles also realized the gravity of the situation. And we both sprinted downstairs. But when we reached the lobby, we found that some conflict had broken out. It was so loud that no one heard my warning. Not a single person was reinforcing the hotel's glass facade. Cliques had formed faster than I'd expected, with two main groups led by Serafina and Brock Mason. About 10 people surrounded them. The only food we had were about 20 cans of food I had grabbed from the supermarket. Brock Mason was an A-list martial arts actor with a massive following. He was built like a tank, handsome, and came across as friendly. But rumors claimed he had mob ties and had forced several actresses into relationships with him, thanks to his talent and connections. However, his career was untouchable. He had director Evans pinned to the ground, his face bruised and bloody. Evans, you said the cans belonged to Sienna. I'll give you one more chance. Whose are they? Whose? Brock's eyes were fierce, and every question was punctuated by another slap to Director Evans's face. Serafina stood by, fanning the flames. Director Evans. I wanted the lead role in The Great Fog so badly. Mr. Sterling even put in a good word for me. But you still said no. Don't blame me for not helping you now. Director Evans was a slender, scholarly man. His productions were known for prioritizing an actor's skill and suitability for a role above all else. As a result, both his work and his reputation were highly respected. I remembered that Brock and Director Evans had a bad relationship. The director couldn't stand his habit of pulling strings for everything. So despite Brock's decent acting skills, he'd never been cast in one of Evans's films. Director Evans's head lolled with each slap. He had already passed out. No one dared to intervene. Brock was stronger than anyone else here. Stop it, I said. Brock paused and looked up at me. Well, look who it is. A heroine. I don't have time for your sarcasm, I said, my voice cold. I don't want the cans. Just give me the man. Surprisingly, Brock was agreeable. He kicked Director Evans's body toward us. Miles carried him upstairs while I started pushing the hotel's sofas against the glass wall. The zombies are swarming the hotel. If we don't block the door, we're all going to die. Only then did everyone else panic. They rushed to help, pushing cabinets and a reception desk to barricade the entrance. My and Miles's assessment was correct. The zombies swarmed the hotel entrance and stopped, their numbers growing by the second. Sensing movement inside, it was like a switch was flipped. They began to slam themselves against the glass wall with insane fury. The cracks in the glass grew larger, and the makeshift barricade was starting to give way. The way things were going, Once the zombies broke through the glass doors, we would all be dead.